Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. As we all know, Achraf Hakimi won the African Ballon d'Or today. And I put out a tweet. Hot take, Achraf Hakimi is already a top 5 right back of all time. And in today's video, I thought to myself to answer the question / prove the question if it's correct or not. What we'll do is first take a look at Achraf Hakimi. What has he accomplished in his football career? And then we'll take a look at his competition. Who is he better than? Who does he have to do more, to exceed? So, first thing to do, Achraf Hakimi, transfer market. Stats all season. So let's take a look at his. Obviously, he's going to be dominating when it comes to stats to former right backs because, modern football, he even played a little bit as a right winger in his Dortmund days. You see a right midfielder and so on. But here's his career stats. He has, it's down here, 368 games. Let me zoom in a little bit more. 368 games played, 52 goals and 77 assists. I think actually Dani Alves has like the craziest right back stats. Let me go to transfer market. I think Dani Alves probably is the GOAT right back as well, or like at least from my generation that I've seen. I'll put Dani Alves first. So let's see what GA Dani Alves has, because I know he has crazy, especially when it comes to assists. Yeah, there you have it. 884 games played, 63 goals and 188 assists. So Hakimi only off with 11 goals. Assists still away there. Let's actually, we'll do this midstream. Let's actually calculate the GA ratio. I want to see if Hakimi is doing good. So we'll do 77 plus 52. 129. 129. 129. So a GA every 226 minutes, if I'm correct. Let's do Dani Alves. 251, 251, 251, 251, 251. Hello. So Hakimi has a better GA ratio. So what that basically means is Hakimi continues, he's going to end up as not just the right back, but the fullback / defender with the most GA of all time. All right. But that just shows how great his stats are. Obviously, we can show them to someone similar age. Yeah, I think they're same age, actually. And, Trent is an overrated right back, in my opinion, obviously. Gotten generational shouts. And that's one thing people have to understand. Like, is it generational talent? Is it doing something at a young age? Like, what is it that makes you generational? Because everyone has different ideas. But as you can see, Trent, 27 goals, 98 assists. And I actually checked it before. Hakimi has more GA. And as you can see, Trent has even played a little bit more minutes as well. Which just shows Hakimi is so underrated, honestly. It's so underrated because he's been doing a little bit of cheek as a backup rotation here from Madrid in the academy. Was really good at Dortmund. Was really great at Inter Milan. Like, imagine joining a club, being so good that you leave one season after. And at Paris Saint-Germain was a little bit quiet in his first 2 seasons for his expectations, for his quality. And then recent time, I mean, he's been absolutely insane. Achraf Hakimi for Paris Saint-Germain, 38 assists, 27 goals in 189 games. We've seen the stats. Last season, obviously, he had, I think, 26, 27 GA. Incredible season. Probably the best right back Champions League season I have seen because of how impactful he was. Scored in the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and the Champions League final, and the Coupe de France final. All right. Trophy-wise, Football of the Year twice in Morocco. It doesn't really weigh that much. Champions League, one with Paris Saint-Germain, one with Madrid as a squad player. Serie A with Inter Milan, 4 Ligas in a row. UEFA Super Cup, one with Madrid, one with Paris Saint-Germain, Club World Cup with Madrid in 2018, German Super Cup with Dortmund, 2 French Cup winner, 1 Spanish Super Cup winner, and 3 French Super Cup winner. He obviously has a bronze medal with the Olympics team. Yeah, I think they reached the final. Or did they? No, they came third spot. Bronze medal with the Olympics. So we can see accolade-wise, stats-wise, Achraf Hakimi looks to be really strong. And he's 27. He's in his absolute peak. Obviously, he's athletic. Like, a lot of his abilities is athletic. So maybe you could say the argument that he's going to go down quicker and earlier than other players and so on. But, yeah, Hakimi, Morocco having a golden generation, Paris Saint-Germain are building a footballing dynasty. Imagine he just continues what he had last. Imagine if what he did last season, he does that for a couple of more seasons, being absolutely crucial. And he's already crucial in the UCL so far this season. I think he has 3 or 4 GA. Last season he finished with 9, so he might even have more GA this season in Champions League than he had last season. And he was really great at the Club World Cup as well. So now let's take a look. Right back of all time. Let's take a look at his competition. 20 best right backs. 20 best right backs. Oh, I remember I've already reacted to that. That was a horrendous list. I mean, the lists don't really matter. All right. Now we'll go through every single player, and I will say Hakimi is already better than Trent all time. The only thing that Trent had above him was a Champions League as a starter. Achraf Hakimi has that. Achraf Hakimi has been more successful with the national team and more successful with the club level. Hakimi has been way more consistent in his career than Trent, who's had 1-2 peak seasons. So yes, Achraf Hakimi is already an all-time better right back than Trent. Very easy to answer right there. Number 2, Phil Neal. No clue. Hakimi clear. All time. Okay, Dani Carvajal. I think as a football player, in terms of the impact, I would edge it to Hakimi. I don't think Carvajal has had a season like Hakimi had, even though Carvajal finished, what, 4th, 5th in the Ballon d'Or the season before. But all time, we got to respect Carvajal, you know, doing in the big moments, doing in the Champions League. I don't think Hakimi needs to win 5 Champions Leagues to be better than Carvajal. Carvajal also has Euros as well. But I do think Achraf Hakimi has to do more in his career to go over Carvajal. So we have one player that's all-time better than Achraf Hakimi. Willy Sagnol, Hakimi clear. Good for Sagnol with these cheeky stats. Manuel Amoros, Hakimi clear. Marseille player as well. Maicon, that's a cheeky one. Already, Achraf Hakimi is better than Maicon. What the biggest L in Maicon's career was his consistency. He had those peak seasons later on at Inter, winning the Champions League and so on. But actually in the season straight after, he got absolutely ruined by Bale and his peak basically finished off. So Maicon, top right back for his short amount of time. But Achraf Hakimi all time is already a better right back than Maicon. Manfred Kaltz, Hakimi clear. Who's making this list? How is Manfred Kaltz better than Maicon? Like, where are these bums, man? 100 goals. Wow, he must have taken penalties. Mauro Tassotti, Hakimi clear. Berti Vogts, Hakimi clear. Kyle Walker. All right, now we reach a tough one. He obviously doesn't have the legacy and accolades as the Carvajal, but Walker, you know, he's one of those Premier League players that actually rate. I think he's an all-time right back. Like, he could potentially already be a top 5 right back of all time. So consistent, so complete, good offensively, but really great defensively. Great with the national team and club level. Unlike Trent, he was always benching Trent in the national team. Oh, I like Walker. I like Hakimi, but I like Walker too. And I want to give Walker his respect. Because his career is done. He's not going to add anything. He's now at Burnley, fighting relegation. So, I'm going to still put... the thing is, Walker never had a season like Hakimi. So, peak, I'll give it to Hakimi. That's the thing. Hakimi, the peak season, last season, I mean, it's already more... better than Carvajal. Like, peak for peak... If we say like that, Hakimi might have... only maybe Dani Alves can rival that. But career, longevity, all of that, I still want to give the respect to Walker because I like Walker and I think he deserves that respect. And I think the English media actually underrate Walker. They give the generational shouts to Trent and these bums and Foden and Saka. Walker is the best English player in the past 10 years, apart from Harry Kane. And even better than Kane. Obviously, Walker played at a top club instead of Spurs, but Walker and Kane, the 2 best English players in the 10 years. But it's all about the PR. You know what? We'll keep Walker here. We'll keep Walker here. In between, we'll come to it at the end. But at the moment, we have Dani Carvajal and Kyle Walker. Zambrotta, 610 games, 29 goals, 50 assists. I mean, yeah, Hakimi already has more major honors and major honor, yeah, and more goals and assists. But Zambrotta was a good right back. Obviously won the World Cup, right? In 06, I think. Again, I think Zambrotta is a respectable name. But honestly, I I still think I would go with Achraf Hakimi ahead of him. But Zambrotta is a very cheeky name. Giuseppe Bergomi. Again, I don't know who this is, but he sounds like he was iconic. Italian left defender. Jalma Santos, couldn't care less. Gary Neville, Hakimi already clear. And how is he 7th on this list? What's this filthy Premier League PR? Lilian Thuram. All right, see, now it's getting tough. Thuram, he was really good for a very long time, playing at Parma, Juventus, FC Barcelona, winning the World Cup with France in '98, winning the Euros in 2000. Yeah, respect to Thuram. We'll put Thuram. Thuram and Carvajal. Zanetti. Honestly, huge longevity career. Played 1,000 games. Yeah, Hakimi can wait a little bit. Huge captain, Inter to UCL. So we got Javier Zanetti. We got Dani Carvajal. And we got Lilian Thuram. Maybe Walker. Carlos Alberto. Again, I didn't watch him, but I mean, he's a OG icon. So yeah. We'll put Carlos Alberto as well. Philipp Lahm. Again, Hakimi got to do more to reach that level. So I put Lahm as well ahead. Daniel. Wait, who's first? Cafu? Cafu. Well, I might disagree with my own hot take tweet that I made. All right, yeah. Again, Hakimi will probably retire as the greatest right back of all time. If no insane injuries and PSG just become shit out of nowhere and Morocco becomes shit, I think Hakimi will finish off. I mean, winning African Best Player of the Year. Not many defenders win that kind of a trophy in their own continent. How many best player in South America did Cafu win? Yes, different competition and so on. But well, even if Hakimi was in South America, maybe only Rafinha would win that ahead of him. But going off these players, I'll put Cafu ahead of Hakimi. I'll put Dani Alves ahead of Hakimi. I'll put Lahm ahead of Hakimi. I'll put Carlos Alberto. I'll put Zanetti. I'll put Thuram. And I'll put Carvajal. So Achraf Hakimi, after taking a look at all of this list, let me find a picture of Hakimi. Achraf Hakimi, we have concluded, is the 8th best right back of all time in terms of legacy. When it comes to peak season, I think this season, Hakimi last season, or 2025, whatever we want to say, could potentially be the best right back of all time. The only one debatable, maybe Dani Alves. I would put him at having a better calendar year, peak for peak. But like legacy and saying he's the best right back of all time and so on, he got to do more. He got to do more. But yeah, so Hakimi is the 8th best right back of all time, in my opinion, looking over his compatriots and opponents and everything. But if Hakimi continues, we can sit here next season and maybe put him top 5, and then top 3, and then top 1. To finish off the video, congrats to Achraf Hakimi for winning African Best Player of the Year. Fully deserved, and I can't wait for Achraf Hakimi to come back from the injury. Obviously, I want him to succeed in AFCON with his Moroccan national team, but obviously my own team, Algeria, will be in that competition. So hopefully Morocco wins all of their games, apart from the game against Algeria, because I have a very strong feeling we will be facing off against each other. But yeah, that's been it from boy PSGINT. Achraf Hakimi is at least a top 8 right back of all time. Let me know in the comments down below, where would you rank him? Top 8, top 5, top 7? Let's see. That's been it from boy PSGINT. Hopefully guys have enjoyed this video, and as usual, allez Paris.